Order, order. We will now hear the case of View from the Evening versus LawTube. Who is the prosecutor?
Me, Your Honour. View from the Evening.
Very good. And for the defence?
Me, Your Honour. Hogue Law. And me, Your Honour. Legal Bites.
Very well.
Your Honour, it appears that you are both the judge and the prosecution. Surely that constitutes a conflict of interest.
Do you know the first rule of litigation, Mr. Law?
Well, I'm strictly speaking a transactional lawyer, Your Honour, though I do indeed know the first rule. Don't upset the judge.
Indeed, and I suggest you follow it. Plus, I'm also the witness. I don't have any other pictures I can use. I'm already on thin ice with using the two of you.
We are both entirely reasonable people who are open to different opinions. Yes, reasonable minds can differ.
Let's hope they don't, because I think this is okay and it's not going to cause any issues with using these logos. Please, Mr. Evening, state your case.
Thank you, Your Honour. I'm going to make the case that the LawTube channels, as seen through the Hogue Law and Legal Bites channel specifically, have issues that they have not dealt with during their coverage of the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp case.
Very well. Call your witness.
I call myself to the stand, though I'll be here too, so I'm questioning myself. I had some professional psychologists on the channel. I'm sure they would say it's good to question your own beliefs. Yeah, I saw them. I'd already been watching Dr. Honda before. Very interesting. So, reasonable minds can differ with themselves? Maybe, I don't know. Let's see.
Please state your name.
Hi, I'm Tony, and this is View from the Evening.
Weird name.
I usually just shorten it to Tony. Could you tell the court what, if any... Sorry. Could you tell the court if you've been watching any coverage from the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard case?
I have.
What coverage would that be?
The YouTube channels Hogue Law
And Legal Bites. And have you had any negative experiences watching these channels?
Yes, I have.
And could you please explain to the court the specific nature of these experiences? Yes, I can. I've had a strongly negative experience with the extreme overselling of the associated YouTube channels, the constant and lengthy diatribes intended to convince us to subscribe to the aforementioned channels. Could you tell us why you have had such a negative reaction to these pleas for subscribers? Yes, partly it was the arrogance on display. Regular comments about how easy it's going to be to boost someone's subscribers count by 5,000 will get you to 15,000. Now, this person doesn't have any content at the moment, and they've literally just set their channel up, but let's get them to 17 billion subscribers. Oh, you'll never get me to that many subscribers. We'll get you there before I finish this sentence. It was something like that. I may have slightly over-exaggerated. But it's that kind of thing. It's a constant crowing about subscriber numbers. Oh, I've got to 350,000. Oh, yes, did you see 100,000 people have just subscribed to Ian's channel? Yes, it's amazing. Well, we'll get him to 150 by the end of this week, that's for sure. You won't. Your subscribers will. People who want to subscribe will. That's who's going to get them there, not you. It's arrogance. The worst thing were the requests to boost friends' subscribers. You're basically asking us to subscribe to your friends, where your friends' channels have nothing on them. There is no content. It's nepotism. It's this person hasn't put in any work on their YouTube channel whatsoever. But let's get them to 15,000 subscribers just because they're our friends. That's nepotism. It's the kind of nepotism that you would call out if it was mainstream media, and rightly so. You talk about the mainstream media coverage of channels like your own, where they're suggesting that the only reason you're covering this trial is to get subscribers and super chats. And then you talk incessantly about subscriber numbers and how many super chats you're getting. It's exactly what they say you're doing. Individually, people are being modest, but as LawTube as a whole, you are incredibly self-congratulatory, and you are playing into the hands of the mainstream media, who can take 15 minutes of any of your live streams and you will be talking about how well you're doing with subscriber numbers. I see. Was anyone in particular most egregious in this overselling of other YouTube channels? Yes. Is he in this courtroom today? Objection, leading, pronoun use. Sustained. Is that person in the courtroom? Yes. Objection, this is not that type of case. Plus, it's not a film. Sustained. And we have zero budget, which is why it looks so crap. Of course it's not a film. Were there any other negative aspects of the coverage you experienced across the Hogue Law and Legal Bites channels? It was the constant repetition of the same details, the same theories, the same talking points, over and over again. This would often happen as other members of LawTube joined the stream, bringing the same information that had been talked about for the last 5 minutes in as if it was new to the group, and then having the same conversation again over and over with that person. You've also got the super chats, of course, which by their nature are going to be repetitive, especially when they've been delayed by 3 or 4 hours. And how did you feel at this time? I was a bit bored of it. I'm so sorry you had to go through being a bit bored. Thank you. Thank you. No more questions, Your Honour. You describe one of your negative experiences being an unknown member's over-enthusiastic request for people to subscribe. It was you. Yes, I know, shut up. Could you formulate a theory as to why that was happening? Objection. Requires hearsay. Witness cannot know why Hogue Law went so over the top. Your Honour, I'm building a foundation that if the witness can imagine a reason and empathises with that reason, then the cause of irritation may lay outside the effect of my own actions. I'll allow it because it gets to the point I'm trying to make. Please answer the question. Yes, Your Honour. I know everyone is excited. You're all getting a ton of views and shed loads of super chat money because PG. You're all getting a bit giddy. I get it. And I know this is a specific time when you can really grow, which might not come around again. So you're trying to make the most of it. And you, Hogue Law in particular, I believe are genuine in your desire to help people. And you're very generous. It just doesn't come across like that. It comes across cringy and irritating, at least to me, as an old British reserved man. Do you have any other causes of irritation? Yes, I do. And what are they? I'm in pain all the time and don't always sleep. Yeah, we know about that. Sure do. Tell me, do you have a YouTube channel? Yes, obviously, that's what you're on now. And is it true that you have only one subscriber? Kind of. Not really. That subscriber is my normal account. I use it to check the videos are like posted properly and check for typos in the thumbnails and stuff. So there could be a bit of jealousy there. Yeah, a bit, but it's mostly the nepotism and cringe factor. I did tone it down in the last one you watched. Yeah, you did. You're pretty self-aware. I don't mind a bit of like, if you like these people, check out their channels and subscribe if you want to kind of stuff every now and then. Thank you. Another negative you mentioned was the repetition. Yes. Another negative you mentioned was the repetition. Objection, Your Honour. Crap old dad joke. Sustained. Are you aware that between us, LawTube is on approximately 27 hours a day? That can't be right. Hogue's lawyer may have to come up with that. Whatever the number, it's a lot. Yes, I am aware. So how are we supposed to stream that amount of time without repeating ourselves? You can't. No one can. TV news doesn't. They just talk about the same stuff over and over again. I'll just try not to. Get yourself some more sleep. It's fine. I just switch off the stream and watch something else if it's too repetitive. I mean, I'm just talking about negatives here. I'm not like saying it's the end of the world or anything. And are there any positives? Yeah. Between the group of you, a balanced view does emerge, simply by different viewpoints being discussed. In my opinion, Hogue in particular has the most balanced view, arguing against the most outlandish statements by some of the others, and that's a strength of having different viewpoints. You have been explaining legal matters really well. It's been very informative. What we don't need is this clique of YouTube channels all pushing for subscribers, almost beyond reporting on the legal aspects of a legal case that people are interested in. That clique is too close to mainstream media, who I would not trust if they told me I had a face. Oh, so? Who is giving the verdict? I just did. Remember, who lawyers the lawyers? Oh, no, you can't do that. That would violate client privilege. I instruct you not to answer that. I accept the instruction. Court is no longer in session. We come to your channels for informative, balanced views on legal matters. Not balanced individually, but balanced across all of you. I just wish you'd focus on that. Don't make it a replacement for mainstream media. We don't need a replacement for that. What we need is information. For those of you that for some reason do want a conclusion and a verdict to this thing that is not a court case in any way, verdict is, I find in the defendant's favour, on the preponderance of evidence. I hope you enjoyed this daft video, and I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.